Hey guys, welcome back to the Super Sunday. This Super Sunday is all about the paralyzed man and how Jesus was able to heal him.
That's right. The paralyzed man is important, one of the Sundays of the 8 Sundays of Lent. And there's a special reason that we talk about the paralyzed man in the church readings. But what was the story of the paralyzed man first? Before I tell you, I'm going to see what these girls know about it. Do you remember the story of the paralyzed man?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you know?
He was paralyzed for 38 years and he wasn't able to take himself to the pool where they can get healed at that time because he couldn't do it by himself. Everybody was helping their family members or their friends, but no one got to help him.
That's right. So if we go back for just a minute, what is this pool? All right. So there was this pool that was built by King Solomon. And the reason they used it is that they would wash the sheep sacrifices in this pool. And so this pool would bring healing to people. As a matter of fact, what they would do is that all these sick people would be waiting around the pool. And once the angel would come and stir up the water, whoever touched that water first would be healed. And as you can imagine, people were dying to be healed. So they would sit at the edge of the pool and wait so that they could be the first ones to go in. But as you can imagine also, the paralyzed man was at a disadvantage because he couldn't walk to the pool. He couldn't move himself to the pool. And so he sat there for how many years, you said?
38.
38 years he sat there. That's a really long time to be hopeful for something that wasn't happening. Have you ever experienced a long drought of waiting for something and it not coming? Do you have an example you could think of?
Okay, so my example was me and my sister always wanted a dog, but we would always pray about it. My dad always said no. But we finally came to a compromise that when my sister's older and has her driver's license, we can finally get a dog.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I like how you found a compromise for that. Have you ever experienced that?
I did also want a pet, but it could be any pet. We just wanted one. And then after a few years, we got a bird or birds.
Oh, wow. Okay, so there's many times in our lives that we're hopeful. Maybe we're hopeful for things like getting a pet, but this man was hopeful to be healed. Imagine yourself wanting to go and get a drink of water and it not being able to happen because your body does not function. You cannot move. So as you can imagine, he probably got to a point where he lost some hope. And the fact is, just as Anastasia said, that people were helping their own family members get there quick, but he did not have anybody to help him. So Jesus saw him sitting on the side of the pool. What did he do?
Well, he went up to him and then he healed him.
And what did he say to him? He didn't just heal him. What did he say to him?
Not pretty sure.
You're not sure? He said, "Rise up, take your bed, and walk." Now, he could have just said, "You're healed, take a baby step and try it out." This is a man who's been not walking for 38 years, but that's not what happened. Jesus boldly said to him, "Rise up, take your bed, and walk." And the paralyzed man got up and was able to walk. That's amazing. Now, I'm going to come back in just a minute and we're going to do a little bit of a craft again to illustrate the story of the paralyzed man and how he stayed by the pool of Bethesda waiting to be healed by Jesus Christ. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We were talking about the story of the paralyzed man and how he sat by the pool of Bethesda for 38 years, waiting to be healed, waiting for the water to be stirred up so he could be put in. But then Jesus saw him and he healed him and told him to rise up and take your bed and walk. So now we're going to do a little bit of a craft. I'm going to give Gianna and Anastasia a little craft here. We have the blue. What do you think the blue is? The water of the pool of Bethesda. And we have also a man who is hurt. Can you show the man that's hurt? Yep. You can see he is not in good shape, right? And then we have this character who's going to be our Jesus. Can you show that one? Very good. So they're going to put together the man sitting by the pool and Jesus talking with the man and healing him. Now, this man we talked about had no hope. And we kind of shared a little bit about what it's like to have no hope. And what do you think he felt like when Jesus came to him and told him to just get up and walk?
Confused. It's impossible. I have to go to the water.
That's exactly right. I'm sure that at first it was kind of like, How? I've been sitting here forever waiting to be healed. How are you just going to tell me to take my bed up and walk?
He probably got upset too.
You think he got upset?
Like, do you think maybe he thought like he was making fun of him because like he can't get up or something?
Yeah.
Well, that's the interesting part of the story. I think that the people that are receiving the miracles have to show a certain amount of faith too. Because if I was paralyzed for 38 years and someone said to me, just rise up, take your bed and walk, I might ask some questions. Yeah. But it seems like this man
Was desperate.
Was desperate, exactly. And he said, okay, I'll do it. And he did it. So just like that, he received the miracle. Gianna, can you show me what you're working on? What have you done so far?
So I've put the paralyzed man on the thing, and I'm about to put Jesus on to like look like it's helping him up.
When you look at the paralyzed man's face and his condition, what are you seeing? What are you thinking?
It's a rusty man.
It's a rusty. This man was probably in really tough shape. That's right. Can you show me what you've done so far too, Anastasia?
Putting like the paralyzed man here and like Jesus helping him, and then I put like a heart and the cross and other things to show that Jesus always has compassion.
That's such a beautiful message. That's right. Jesus does always have compassion and love on us. Do you think Jesus desires for us to be hurt and alone and hopeless?
No. Probably gets really sad.
That's right. He probably gets really sad, and he wants us to ask for help. He wants us to be healed and to receive a special kind of compassion that can only come from Jesus Christ. And so this man was really, really lucky, and he got to see himself be healed by God. But now I have a question. What do you think the people around the pool were thinking or doing when they saw this?
I got jealous.
You think they got jealous? Maybe. What do you think?
I think they were like weirded out. Like, what is this guy doing? It's like, why is he not doing that to us or something like that? Probably thought it was fate. Yeah.
Have you ever seen something good happen to someone else and questioned how come it happened to them?
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah.
But there was two ways that they could have looked at that. This person could have the people around could have looked at him receiving healing and think, how come I didn't receive healing? Or they could have looked at it and said, that is what God can do for others. Maybe he can do the same for me. They can see it as a message of hope. And so that's one lesson that we can take away from the story of the paralyzed man, is that I can see goodness happening to others through God, through Christ, and say, I want to receive the same kind of healing. All right, show me what you've done.
So I had this.
Wow, it's so beautiful. And it looks very hopeful. The crosses, the hearts, the flowers makes it seem like such a beautiful love coming out of Jesus. Very nice.
Thank you.
How did you do?
So this is mine. I put the paralyzed man and I put Jesus right here. So it basically shows that Jesus is helping the paralyzed man up, and it kind of is like giving him the first step to like leading him towards Jesus.
Oh, I love how you said that. Yes, that healing was a first step for this man towards God. That was great.
I also put the crosses up here, and if there was a third cross, I would put it right here as if like Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Yeah, that's great.
And then I just added a bunch of flowers.
So when we talked about the story of the paralyzed man, we talked about maybe you've seen good things happening to other people. Maybe you got a little jealous because someone else received a miracle. But we don't need to be jealous. What we need to do is to realize that when we encounter God, we too can receive healing. We can take it as an example that when that man was healed by God, the people around might have looked and said, these are the things that can happen to me through Christ. But there's a second part to that. And that's remembering that God always has perfect timing. And all we have to do is come to him in prayer. He'll meet us wherever we are, as long as we also ask for his help. So don't forget your part also. And no need to be jealous. God is there for you and waiting for you. And he wants to do great healing and miracles in you too.
See you in the next Super Sunday.